to a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down, you better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the boss, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, yeah, you better run, okay, and that's your ass, yep, boy, you done. Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, it's the underground sports show, baby. You know what it is. How many times I gotta say it, you know what I mean? It's your boy, your host, Filthy Rich in the house, baby. And you know I got my co-host in the house, my man, the one and only Obi-Wan. What's up, baby?
What's good, Filthy Rich? Hey. Man, Rick, glad to be here tonight. Let's get this started.
You already know, man. Good to hear from you, man. Been a little bit, man. We missed yesterday, but that's all right. We gonna hit them up with the Week 11 review. We live. Hit us up, 412-407-2744. If you got some sports to talk, you got some shit to talk, you already know how we get down, baby. All right. So, let's just do a little NFL exercise real quick, because you know how we do, baby. Alright, we're going to hit these games up from last week, see who did what, who didn't do what, man. All the way back on last Thursday, man, the Eagles dominated the Commanders 26-18. The Raiders lost to the Dolphins 19-34. The Browns got beat up by the Saints 35-14. Colts beat the Jets 28-27 in the tight one. Vikings went up 23-13 over the Titans. Packers beat the Bears 20-19. Jaguars get demolished by the Lions 52-6. Rams beat the Patriots 28-22. The Ravens lose to my Steelers 18-16. Seahawks, man, they beat the 49ers 20-17. The Broncos beat the Falcons 38-6. And the Chiefs in the other game of the week beat the Chiefs lost to the Bills 30-21. On Sunday night, the Bengals, man, they tried to do it but couldn't beat the Chargers 34-27. And the Texans beat up on the Cowboys like everybody else is doing on Monday night. And that wrapped up the week right there, man. Hey, it was a great week of football. I can't even complain, man. I had me a good time, I know that. All right. So let's look at the stats real quick. Let me see if I can bring these standings up real quick. Wow, here we go. Standings, man. AFC. Hold on, give me a second. All right, the standings in the AFC is looking like this. AFC East, the Bills on top, of course, at 9-2. Dolphins followed up at 4-6. Jets 3-8. Patriots 3-8. AFC West, Chiefs 9-1. Chargers 7-3. Broncos 6-5. Raiders 2-8. All right, to the AFC North, the Steelers sitting high at 8-2. The Ravens 7-4. Bengals 4-7. Browns 2-8. AFC South, the Texans on top with a decent looking record at 7-4. The Colts 5-6. Titans 2-8. Jaguars 2-9. All right, off to the NFC, man, where the Eagles is flying high in the NFC East at 8-2. Commanders drop down to 7-4. Cowboys 3-7. Giants 2-8. All right, NFC West, man. Cardinals doing their thing, sitting at 6-4. Rams 5-5. Seahawks 5-5. 49ers at the bottom. We don't see that often. 5-5, man. Look, NFC North, like I said, all year. Best division in football, still holding up. The Lions at 9-1, Vikings 8-2, Packers 7-3, Bears 4-6, and in the NFC South, man, we got the Falcons sitting at 6-5, Buccaneers 4-6, Saints 4-7, and your mighty illy Panthers sitting at 3-7. Look here, man. You know we always start with them, man, since they've been sitting at the end. You had a bye week this week. How you feeling down there, baby?
Alright, yo, so I'm like, this is like what I just posted in the chat. Keep pounding.
Mm-hmm.
Keep pounding. I mean, right now, the coach, he came up with a whole new different scheme. I see that a lot of changes that they made. It's like, okay, now, where are we going to with this coach? So, you know, the last 2 wins, all right. Defense played really, really well.
Very true.
Offense played off the chain. You know, you can't make this up. And I was breaking it down, looking at the matchup between the Chiefs and the Bills and how the way the Chiefs and the Bills lost, how the way the Bills beat the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
My mind's thinking like, okay, where is the dominancy that Carolina will have versus the Chiefs? But we're not going to get into that.
Right.
So we're feeling good. We're feeling really good and really optimistic. You know, I was thinking about going to the game Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I know you playing. You was talking about it weeks ago, trying to go.
Yeah.
Might as well make that happen, man.
I was thinking about going road dog on this one by myself, man, because for one, them tickets is expensive, and you know, they're like what, $150 for a nosebleed. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm about to go by myself on this.
Because the back-to-back champs is in town, huh? Yeah,
That part.
yeah, they done.
And coming in with a loss? Oh man, come on.
Yeah.
People feel optimistic about that right now.
Right.
So
right.
we keep it going on that.
No doubt. Speaking of the Chiefs loss, man, look here. Look like we got a couple new kings in town, man. You know, it seems like the Bills and the Steelers and the Lions and the Eagles dominating their conference all of a sudden, man. We got new people at the top. Of course, the Lions been at the top, but the Eagles is flying high, proving themselves over the last 2 weeks. And the Bills and the Steelers came out there and proved themselves this week, man. The Bills beat the Chiefs, their arch enemy. They have beaten them in the regular season, so I'm sure they're still worried about the playoffs. But that was a pretty dominant confidence builder right there. I mean, they won what 28-21 was it? 28-21? No, 30. No, 30-21. I thought I was about to say a 9-point win. And I take that as a very dominant win to me. Not like, you know, a blowout or anything, but still, the line wasn't, you know, if it was +7, you would think that the Chiefs was a bad team, but the Chiefs was undefeated. And you beat an undefeated team by more than 7 points, more than a touchdown. I'm gonna give you some props for that. For real, for real. So that's why, to me, it's looking like the Bills and the Steelers have taken over the AFC because the Steelers went out there, semi-dominated the Ravens. Now, the score doesn't show, but if you've seen the game, I mean, it just seemed like all Steelers all day. I don't think the Ravens ever had the lead, and Lamar Jackson did not look like Lamar Jackson.
No, he did not.
Zay Flowers did not look like Zay Flowers. And Derrick Henry did not look like Derrick Henry except for one play. He busted one, saved the tackle, made him kick a field goal. Touchdown saving tackle, I should say. Made him kick the field goal. So yeah, Steelers, to me, low-key, not by the score, but on tape, dominated their rival. And on the other side, you know what the Lions did. Dominate like they always do. I'm about to start calling these boys the Tecmo Bowl Lions. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they beating people with Tecmo Bowl scores. You know what I'm saying? And the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you speak on the Eagles real quick.
All right. So the season ended right now today. The Lions will get home field advantage. They will get a bye. And the Eagles will have to play the wild card game. If I'm not mistaken, that's how the way they got it set up now. Some trash like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I had to really break it down, the Eagles is surging on defense. They're just surge on defense.
Right on point. Yes, you are.
Those Georgia Bulldogs start to, you know what I'm saying? They're getting healthy again. I said this last week, you know, I can't really make this up, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know, the Lions might be running into a nest of Eagles right there. They might not be able to contest with. Yeah. I'm just saying that. I hate to say it about the Lions because the Lions right now got some key injuries that, you know, starting to build up. However, they still got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, as well as our Carolina Panthers. But that's some of them.
Yeah.
So, continuing on, I'm gonna have to say the season ended today right now. The Eagles will really fly. They're probably arguably one of the best teams. They are the best team in the whole entire NFC NFC. I mean, when I'm looking at the rankings, right, I'm looking at the 49ers, the Seahawks, which you already said the NFC West is the best conference in football because you got 6-4, you got 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. But guess what? You flip over here to the other side, to the AFC, then you got a plethora of teams that 2-8, 2-9, 2-8, 2-8 guards. I mean, 3-8, 3-8, 2 guards. I mean, hell, I just read a report about the owners was talking about sitting, what's his name down?
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of that and I heard a little bit of that too. Yeah, I was hearing buzzing of that today. They already fired the GM. You seen they fired the GM now. Yeah. So yeah, there's way more bad teams than there is good teams. Which we're lucky because our teams are in situations that we can feel good about. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of bad teams out there, and it also gives Carolina a chance to creep back into it, man. I mean, if you really look at the division, when I'm speaking of our teams, that's why I bring up Carolina. If you look at the division, man, it's not that far out of the way. Now, there ain't a lot of games left. But if they can keep this streak going, they got a 2-game winning streak. If they can beat the Chiefs, that'll be a lot of confidence right there, man. A lot of confidence right there. And the Carolina Panthers have nothing to lose, and the Chiefs have everything to lose, which is home field advantage. Because right now, even though we're talking Bills, Steelers, Lions, and Eagles, still the Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the way these teams are playing, and that's why I'm saying Bills, Steelers, Lions, Eagles at the top of the AFC, NFC conference. But that's really not the facts. You know what I mean? But I would love to see this as 2 championship games right here. Bills versus Steelers, Lions versus Eagles. This would be exciting.
Totally exciting.
This would be exciting.
For the win, though.
First of all, just to break it down, if you put the Bills and the Lions in there, that's 2 franchises without a Super Bowl. Okay?
Correct.
The Bills been there, so they've been teased before, but the Lions never been there. But still, the Bills have been waiting for their quarterback to get back since Jim Kelly, and the Buffalo eating boys is going to be ready. They're going to be jumping off fire tables and jumping and doing wrestling moves off there at the tailgate party. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be ready to go. And you know them Detroit people will go nuts. There ain't even nothing that you got to say about that, man. Detroit go hard no matter what. So,
yeah, bro. All those muscle cars going to come out.
Man.
You name it.
Where's the Super Bowl at this year?
Ford muscle cars. To them, antiques, be a cluster.
Where's the Super Bowl at again? You know?
And then Motown.
Huh?
I said all the muscle cars and then Motown.
And then Motown. Where's the Super Bowl at again this year?
New Orleans.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. Yeah. So that's a good time to party in too for the Bills and Lions. That would be exciting. And then you got Steelers Eagles. That's obvious why that would be turned up.
Bruh, come on now. To have something that we have never really seen before in a Super Bowl.
Never.
Two teams from the same state playing against each other in the Super Bowl.
Battleground State.
Now that right there speaks volume.
True.
That speaks a lot of volume right there. That right there would probably be more epic than the Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills.
You think so? That's a good debate right there.
Once again, you got to look at. Oh my God, Pennsylvania right now. Pennsylvania's already in an uproar.
True.
So yeah, they need to break. Y'all need a breaking point right now. I mean that. That right there would be a breaking point right there. It'd be like what we thought we was going to see was another Subway series with the Mets and the Yanks, but no, them Dodgers said, hit to the damn no.
Yeah, we almost got that, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
That would have been nice. But yeah, okay. I don't know though. I mean, just that the Steelers and the Eagles been there in a while. Even though the Eagles lost, it was just there a couple years ago, lost to the Chiefs in a heroic loss. And the Steelers, they just got theirs, man. You know what I mean? They got 6. Of course, the fans won't come out because we got the most fans. That's obvious. But, I don't know. Bills Lions is just more, it'll just be a little newer to me. You know what I mean? It'll be a fresh Super Bowl. One of those Super Bowls we feel like we haven't seen. You know what I mean?
It's always good for new teams to be in there.
Yeah.
You know that? It's always good for new teams to be in there. That's what they repeatedly.
Yeah, I think that'll be lit for sure. Either way, it'll be a lit AFC Championship and NFC Championship week, and whoever matched up in the Super Bowl would be pretty unique, I think. All right, if that scenario happened, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So moving on, man. Let's move on to these individual games, man. We had the Bills and the Chiefs last week in the game of the week. We had 2 games of the week, of course, but Bills and Chiefs we're going to go over first. And, man, did Josh Allen look good. That's what I got out of that game. Josh Allen put himself back in a MVP conversation in a year that nobody was talking about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, every year for at least the past 3 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Past 3 years, they've been saying he's going to be the MVP. He's the MVP #1 runner. If you go on the betting site at the beginning of the year and you look at MVPs to put a bet on it, Josh Allen was at the top with the worst odds because everybody thought it was obvious that Josh Allen, with the talent he's got, is going to win the MVP. But every year, he came up short because of turnovers and just inconsistency. And one thing that the Bills done got right is their consistency. And they on a 5-game winning streak? Let me fact check it real quick. But yeah, I believe that the Lions are on about at least a 4 to 5 game winning streak. And very much impressed me against the Chiefs. At the beginning, I thought the Chiefs was looking like, here we go. But then Josh Allen got rolling, got up on them boys. Cook, like I said, was the X factor to me. He got touchdowns in the red zone where they needed him. And then at the end, Josh Allen just turned into the MVP, and it was a wrap. If you've seen the game, you know what I'm talking about. How you feel about that game, Whit?
All right, so first of all, I'm going to go off on and say probably Shane McDermott, the head coach.
Right.
Now, if you know where he came from, where he got his starting debut, well, it really wasn't a starting debut because he wasn't a head coach. However, he created that monstrosity, oh my God, defense that we had when Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, I bet you a lot of people ain't know that. I don't even remember that. I remember that defense for sure, but I didn't even know McDermott was the head of that.
He was the defensive coordinator for Ron Rivera's team.
Okay.
And right after that, he got the Bills job. Now, the Bills have always been ferocious at defense because of this man.
Truth.
Got mad kudos for him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He finally found a way to really contain Patrick Mahomes and all his crazy ass throws. Good. Got it. And they opened up a blueprint for somebody like Ijaro, the defensive coordinator here in Carolina, who's getting ready to see Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Well, what I am thinking about with that game right there, the Chiefs was at home, wasn't it? Or was they?
No, it was in Buffalo. 30-21 in Buffalo. Yeah.
No, see, now Patrick Mahomes is used to the couple because Kansas City ain't won.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes ain't worried about where he go. That ain't no excuse for them. Not the Chiefs.
But
Chiefs don't get. Go ahead.
This is one thing that I have been saying about the Chiefs since the beginning of the season. When I was screaming that they was going to go undefeated, and I thought it was all going to be come down to the referee calls.
True.
That's who they got. It's Patrick Mahomes and the referee calls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the referee calls. All right, so the betting matchup right now is, you know what? They're looking at the bet matchup. All right, let's go ahead and give it to them. This time, we go ahead and give it to that Buffalo to win the game. So that way, when they see each other in the damn playoffs, which we already know, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That Kansas City's just going to win. Okay, we give y'all one loss. Take that. We're going to whoop your ass in the damn playoffs. So, I didn't see that on the matchup in the beginning of the season, and nobody saw that coming, but, well, guess what? It is what it is, right?
Right. I just want to know, I want to know from you, do you think Josh Allen is playing well enough to win his first ring? The way he's playing?
He's in right now. He's in third. He's in second place. Lamar Jackson was in second place, and then his mishap between playing the Steelers, which I already know how the way that went down.
Ooh, yeah.
That right there moved him back to third place. And moved Josh Allen to second place because I already told you who's the MVP right now, and that's the quarterback for the Lions.
Oh, okay, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That, and then go ahead on, keep going on. Yeah. Jared Goff, yeah, he's number one. Number two, be Josh Allen. Then number three would definitely be Lamar Jackson right now as the season wants to end now. Lamar Jackson ain't got to worry about it. He already had to. You know what I'm saying? It's right now it's up to Jared Goff, who's still reemerging as that quarterback that everybody just said, he's garbage, get rid of him in L.A. And they did. And then he comes back like, turns around and takes the dang on Lions to the damn playoffs. What, 2 years in a row? Come on, man.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
This is third season with the best record that the Lions probably have arguably ever had since their existence, starting out in their first 10 games. Come on.
I want to know, is Josh Allen playing well enough to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Dang. All right, well, Josh Allen got 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and last year he had 29 touchdowns and 18 receptions total. So right now, with a whole bunch of games left to go, he got 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Last year he had 18 interceptions. Every year he's threw double-digit interceptions for the past 4 years before this. And if he can keep playing without getting into that double-digit interceptions, I think that makes this team better, okay? And that was always their problem. Josh Allen would turn into a turnover machine when it counted, make enough mistakes for the game to be closer than it should be, and that's how they would lose. All right? So he's not doing that this year. And also, he doesn't have Stephon Diggs. Addition by subtraction, man. I hate it. Go ahead.
You want to know the reason why Josh Allen has not even played in the Super Bowl yet?
I'm listening.
Why Jared Goff hasn't even played in the Super Bowl yet? The reason what I'm going to say is Patrick freaking Mahomes.
Yeah,
because Patrick Mahomes is so unpredictable from game to game to game.
Okay, but what that got to do with the other guy?
The teams that play against Patrick Mahomes twice a freaking year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first game, all right, he's going to come out with this. Then the second game, they think they got him. But no, I'm talking about like the Raiders and the Chargers. No, they think they got him, but they don't got him. He came out and took up the whole daggone game plan.
So the way you summing it up, you basically saying that, shit, when it come down to it, Patrick about to be back.
That part. But it's all right, so when you go back to Jared Goff, and you go back to Josh Allen, they systematic. I mean, Josh Allen, he's going to run. He's going to run. If he's successful at running, okay, bet. He's successful at passing. So the whole package comes out to play. And here lately, he's been very, very good at doing that. But he just is not Cam Newton to me. People try to compare him to Cam Newton. He's not Cam Newton to me. Cam Newton did an unbelievable thing as a running back / quarterback.
Right.
By far the best quarterback, dual threat quarterback in the NFL to ever play.
To ever play? Oh no! He's not better than Josh Allen. You think?
Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Dual threat quarterback.
You think?
Come on now. How many touchdowns has he got?
I don't know, man. That's a good one, though, man. We got to remember that one. We're going to get back to that one day. But that's a good one right there.
So let me continue. Keep up what I'm saying. Josh Allen ain't nowhere near close to Cam Newton's records when it comes down to touchdowns. Because Cam Newton leads the whole. He still got the number one. He holds the number one record for the most touchdowns by a quarterback. Rushing touchdown. Anyway.
Oh, rushing. Okay.
That's not Josh Allen.
I don't know.
Josh Allen's a little more better of an accurate quarterback.
Okay.
Than Newton. I would give him that.
A little.
I would give him that. But it could be they almost about the same.
Ooh, passing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, give me some consistency. Like, name 3 games back to back to back. And Josh Allen has had a QB rating of over 100. Not.
I mean, I get you on QB rating and all that. I mean, but I'm just looking at the passes in pure. Even a 90 QB rating is a good QB rating, but Cam Newton, it definitely had his day. I ain't saying Cam Newton was a bad quarterback, but I mean, I was just looking at it when you saying that you think they're equal, their arm talent was equal. I think Josh Allen throws a better ball by far than Cam Newton. But I think
I'm talking about Josh Allen. The only way they can win the chip is going to be that defense.
Well, yeah, you got to play both.
They're going to have to do, and Josh Allen right now at this level right now, this should be the year that he should be making it to a chip.
This is the year he should win the championship, bro. You got that right.
Right.
And that's why I'm asking the question. This is the year.
Yeah. How many seasons has Josh Allen been with the Bills with? This is his 4th?
I just had it there, too. Hold up. I'll go back. No. It's definitely like his 5th.
Okay. Well, he needs to get there now.
because he didn't miss his opportunity. Cam Newton had already got that. Cam Newton did in his third year.
Right. Yeah, say
Talk to me.
No. I was just trying to see exactly where, how many years he been in, but it's either 5 or 6. But anyway,
All right.
I just want to know, basically, you saying that Patrick Mahomes gonna get him at the end of the day. So Josh Allen don't matter what Josh Allen do with all his stats and how he protects the ball. It's gonna be up to that defense to beat Patrick Mahomes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or else. I think differently, but we're gonna move on for now, man. We'll get back to that Josh Allen, Cam Newton, man. We're gonna wait till we get some people on the line and talk about that one, man. We got to debate that one right there. But up next, baby, my boys, them Steelers, jumped up on them Ravens, man. Literally kicked the Ravens' ass, man. All field goals, literally kicked their ass. Ain't scored a touchdown.
What game you talking about?
Steelers and Ravens.
Yeah, man.
Steelers and
We
Ravens.
called that game, though.
Oh.
You know we called that game last week.
I was
It was
off.
going to be a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I even said, whoever scores 20 wins the game. Neither team would score 20 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But there was-
matched up the defense down to point. But it came down to who was the real vet.
Truth.
That's what it was. That was the ballpark Frank right there. With Heinz Ketchup on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
You sure that's what it came down to, man? Because when I looked at it, it looked like it came down to who was the better defense. Now, I do get what you're saying, though, because the vet definitely won the game.
That part.
The vet definitely won the game. They both look a little confused, though. They both looked at it. There was times in that game, man. Well, first of all, if you kick it off field goals, you know, you can only give so much credit to the quarterback. All right? But Lamar did actually, they actually did score a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, he put his team in the end zone. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
the veteran did prevail in this game, but the way I looked at it is the defenses that shut those two quarterbacks down pretty much. Both of them had regular games, you know what I mean? And when it came down to it, when they needed it, the Steelers got turnovers, and they made Lamar Jackson not only look not like himself, but made him look stupid, honestly. If you watch that game, he was doing things like, what the hell is wrong with this boy? And that's why I always tell people, man, the Steelers defense just makes people look different. It just does. And there's no way around it. That's why I'm not scared of Jared Goff and the Lions. I'm not scared of Josh Allen, because all that fancy shit you see on SportsCenter weekly and in your fantasy leagues, it's not going to happen versus Steelers. It's just not. That's an ancient defense that nobody runs, okay? Nobody. It goes all the way back to the 90s, bruh.
It's not an ancient defense.
Oh, it's ancient.
A brand defense.
What do you mean by brand defense?
The brand defense, what I mean is that symbol on one side of the helmet.
Nah, but I get what you said.
That red and that yellow, and they chose to make Steelers. Because they used to have it where it was just steel. Because that's the only component to make steel.
Yeah.
That's the whole dissectomy of what that curtain is like. You're right.
No, I know I'm right. I know I'm right.
Broke it down like
I know I'm right.
It's an ancient defense. Yep.
Nobody's doing it.
Defense.
Nobody's doing that defense.
No.
It's ancient. It's been passed down.
No, it's a tradition.
For sure.
It's the tradition.
For sure.
Steel curtain is tradition. Huh?
Not only is steel curtain, I'm talking about schematically.
Schematically? Yo, you're right. It is.
They've been running Blitzburg coach after coach through Bill Cowher, excuse me,
The coach. Chuck knows.
through Mike Tomlin.
Yo,
No, not for Chuck Noll. Now, when Chuck Noll was there, this is what I'm saying. When Chuck Noll was there, that was the cover 2 defense that you seen Tampa Bay run. That's why Tony Dungy was on that team. That's why he knew that so well. That Tampa Bay defense that Derrick Brooks and Warren Sapp was on, that's the steel curtain. What you see right now in Pittsburgh is Blitzburg. Okay? There's 2 different defenses. This is not the steel curtain anymore. So anybody that doesn't know, this defense you're seeing right here, you might just hear people say steel curtain. No, the steel curtain was the 70s, bruh. Because we had a 4-man front, all right? And that literally was the steel curtain, okay? The White and Joe Mean, Joe Green, and them boys, all right? That's the steel curtain. What we had in 95 and 96 and even in 91 and ever since Bill Cowher took over was Blitzburg. That's Blitzburg, where you got them outside linebackers coming out of that 3-4. That's Blitzburg, and that's what we still running, and nobody runs it. Nobody runs the steel curtain defense no more neither. Nobody's running the cover 2 no more. You know what I'm saying? Them days are pretty. I mean, you add it into your defense, but I'm talking about all day base defense. Nah, nobody's doing that no more. But the steel curtain is an ancient defense that still works. Not the steel curtain. I'm sorry. Blitzburg is an ancient defense that still works, and Mike Tomlin is running the hell out of it. And he got the right damn players to do it. He knew how to pick the players because he keeps doing it over and over and over and over and over. And this is why that man has been successful since he's been there. He understands exactly what he needed to do. And a lot of people don't know Mike Tomlin was tutored under Tony Dungy and was taught the steel curtain.
Yeah.
But he's a smart football player, football coach. He know what he's doing. Just because you give me another defense don't mean I can't run it. And he's ran it exceptionally. If Steelers go out here and dominate the Raiders, that's we beat them 8 out of 9 times with 8 out of the 9 last games the Steelers have won. Now a lot of them games Lamar Jackson wasn't in, but he do got that one win. But Lamar Jackson was hurt a lot of time, like you said. That's why he was messing when he went MVP. You don't think he's gonna win it because he always get hurt. He was hurt a lot against the Steelers, missing those games, but he's still 1-4 versus the Steelers. And he always looks as ugly as he did on Sunday.
Every
damn time.
And on TV. And by the face.
Every damn time.
That's the ugliest quarterback, but I'm not even like
stop it. The swing off of that, man, their record is ugly right now. The Ravens, everybody was saying they was the best offensive football. Lamar's the MVP. This looks like the best team. Well, how one game can do you like that against your arch rival?
Yeah,
now they're 7-4. And
Derrick Henry was like, what?
And
Derrick Henry was quiet.
The air was put it down quickly.
That's quiet. That's exactly what Derrick.
But don't worry, they'll be back because we just gonna keep giving credit. We just gonna keep giving credit to that Steelers defense, man. That Steelers defense made them look like that. Once again, that's why I'm not scared of the Lions. I'm not scared of the Bills. I'm not scared of the Eagles. I'll probably be more scared of the Eagles than anybody. I'll tell that y'all that while later though.
Every year in fantasy football, if I don't get the Steelers,
man, you stole my Steelers.
Good. That I always get them Eagles. Like when we had Luke Kuechly though, Carolina had Luke Kuechly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get them Eagles first.
I just picked up the Eagles defense today. Chemo dropped them. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, scoop.
He on some smart stuff though. He beat me last week.
He still gave up. He still gave them droppings up though. No matter if it's smart or not for him. Sometimes you can't be assistant to other teams. That'll backfire.
Right. I think he let up John. He let Jonathan Bruce go. I went out there and snagged him.
John, yeah, I
And
seen that too.
got-
I seen that too. That's what I meant to ask you about when we talk about Carolina. But we'll get back to that another day. We'll get back to that on our preview, man, for next week's games. But all right, up next, man. Once again, man, it's Underground Sports, man. 412-407-2744. I'm here with my man, my co-host, the LAB, Obi-Wan, Wit Dog. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it around here. So, next game that I was really impressed with. And I told you this would be a good game. And there was reasons this was going to be a good game because it didn't matter the outcome. It didn't matter if the Falcons would have blew out the Broncos. It don't matter if the Broncos blew out the Falcons. Don't matter if it was a good game. The outcome was going to be important because we was going to see a lot in one of these teams. And we seen a whole lot in the Broncos, man. Broncos sat there and demolished the Falcons, man. Falcons scored 6 points. I do know that. I think it was, 30-something to 6? 34 to 6 or something like that? Hold on, I'm looking. Was that it?
I think that was it. I'm not sure.
Hold up,
I know it was up there.
I'm
It
about
was
to
in the
get to
30s.
it. Yeah.
It might have been 6-6.
Hold on, I'm about to get to it. It was 38. Damn. Yeah, 38 to 6.
That's far.
I couldn't remember the score. I seen bits and pieces, and I seen most of the game. Flipping around to it. And the Broncos just dominated from the very beginning, and it was a lot of Bo Nix. It was a whole lot of Bo Nix.
Go back and watch the video from last week, from Sunday, before the game, and I broke it down to you. And I'm going to repeat it again.
Do that.
Bruh. Jaden Daniels, sorry. He's looking like the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. Well, it ain't over yet, but I'm hearing you. Keep it moving, baby. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, Nick, I told you last week, Bo Nix is third.
Creeping.
After the loss that Daniels had to the Eagles, Bo Nix comes out and does what I said he was going to do, blast the hell out of his tail. Oh, man, dude is like, for real, the truth. It's just like he with the perfect team. He is with the perfect team. Coming from where you say Oregon, right?
Yep.
Coming from Oregon. They coming from Denver, coming to Denver. He brought the whole fan base.
Yeah, because
he's like the Bronco.
Yeah.
He is like a Bronco for real. He got that Bronco country boy name, Bo. Man, dude is rookie of the year, kid, by far right now. After that game right there.
Yeah, and then you got Washington losing 2 straight.
Ooh.
They won 2 straight, and Washington's losing 2 straight. And you was definitely right about the Falcons, man. You was right about the whole NFC South, and that's why I talked at the beginning of the show about Carolina having an opportunity to creep up there. I ain't gonna stay on that forever, but that's what I meant, because the Falcons 6-5, leading the division, and they gonna give up a game like this. Not only that, just taking the L, but to lose all confidence, man. 38 to 6. That's not a good football team. Good football teams don't lose 38 to 6. I just don't think so.
Didn't the Falcons play the Chiefs 2 weeks ago, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago? I don't know about 2 weeks ago, but it was, I remember them playing them though. No, it was a while back.
All right. Let me see.
Hold up, I got it right here. Hold up, let me go. They definitely played, didn't they? That's one of the teams they. Hold up. Yeah, it was 22-17. I'm trying to think how long ago that was, though. That's a while back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About that was a while back.
If you was to go back and look at that game right there, all right. So the Falcons had a chance to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, because the Falcons is just up and down. Yeah, everybody had a bad chance to beat the Chiefs.
And they barely beat the Saints.
They lost to the Saints last week. They lost to the Saints last week. That's what I'm saying. That's 2 losses in a row. And you could be pushing away in this division. You got to beat the Saints. Now, the Broncos lost. Well, like I said, that's not a bad loss. You just ain't want to lose 38-6. Because you just lost to the Saints, who everybody was calling the worst team in football for a minute. Then you turn around, you get blown the fuck out. There might be a couple heads down. There might be a couple heads down in Atlanta.
Going on. But if we go back to that division, I will probably say the Buccaneers stands the best chance of winning the division.
Well, you know, we said that from the beginning until everybody got hurt.
And
if everybody didn't get hurt, they would be there.
Considering Carolina hasn't played them yet, not once.
You talking about Atlanta or the Buccaneers?
The Bucs, they haven't played Carolina.
Right.
And they got to play Carolina, and I think we played them twice in December, something like that.
Right.
So, so that division, our division is going to be the same way like it was last year. It'll be a damn toss-up.
Yeah.
It would be a toss-up.
I was just impressed with the Broncos. I was impressed with Bo Nix going out there throwing for 300 and something yards, 4 touchdowns. Like you said, took the lead of Rookie of the Year and just ran with it. Only thing I can say, Jaden Daniels still got a better record than them right now. But it looked like the Eagles going to have them fighting for a wild card spot. But so is the Broncos. The Broncos got the Chiefs, got them fighting for a wild card spot. So they're in the same position there. There's still a lot of time to go. But this was impressive. 4 touchdowns in a blowout against another team that's probably going to make the playoffs by default. That's a good win.
He already got the trophy right there with that game.
I can't say that. But I will say he took stranglehold. He got a good stranglehold on it for sure. Especially throwing 4 touchdowns.
He really, really does.
He really did. But they gotta finish. You gotta finish, man. I've seen it before where, you know, this is too early to call it. But right now, definitely got a stranglehold, man.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, on a prediction level, I would say so also. Because I just think.
The running game.
You think the Broncos is better than the Commanders?
They look just about like how the way C.J. Stroud was set up for success last year when he won it. Yeah. And that's about the same thing. Then I'm gonna tell you, the Broncos, if I can pinpoint it, they most likely, everybody stay good, continue to keep striving. Right? They probably most likely will make a wild card position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And could be a threat to deal with. Because they got a one running back, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, that's him.
And he monstered out. He's a monster.
They got another dude too. I can't think of his name. Got another nice one. They stay with him though.
They got Courtland Sutton is just now all of a sudden come back to being playing like he was back when he was in college.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the Courtland Sutton I'm talking about right there.
Very true.
He was in top echelon of wide receivers when he came out in the draft.
Mm-hmm. That's a big boy, dude. That's a big boy. And they're just a big physical team, man. They got physical receivers. They got physical running backs. Bo Nix is physical. You know, when it comes to quarterbacks, he ain't no little dude. He gonna shrug a man off. He gonna throw a short pass with some muscle on it. He might run you over. He look like he got the body type to do it if he wants to. He's a hell of a scrambler too. So you can't just leave him wide open and think he won't attack that way. Yeah, man, I like the Broncos a lot. Who you like more, the Broncos or the Commanders?
I like the Broncos.
All the way around, I feel you. Me too. I think their defense is better.
Even though it's the Washington Panthers because they got like 3 or 4 of Carolina's players on their team.
Right.
that makes their defense pretty decent. So, but Washington got a good game coming up. It's a matchup, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, they got a good matchup for them.
And so we ain't even getting that.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I feel you.
But
yeah. Anyway, Commanders and Eagles we moving on to, man, since we already talking about Jayden Daniels. And one of the reasons we talking about Jayden Daniels, the way we talking about him, is because of the Eagles, man, that Eagles defense. We've been kind of slightly talking about the Eagles defense all night. Let me tell you what's something that's hard to do. It's hard to be in your defense. It's hard to be in the top standings in rushing yards and passing yards. And right now, the Eagles are top 5 passing yards, and they're in the top 5 in receiving. Receiving yards against, of course. You know what I mean? So the Eagles, top flight defense. There's no other team in the league that's in the top 5 in both of those categories, rushing and passing on defense. So the Eagles defense, like you said, them Georgia Dogs is waking up. They made Jayden Daniels look like extra rookie last week, like a normal rookie, and the Eagles flying high, man. The rest is on you.
All right, two games. So Greg Schiano, that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the coach.
Yep,
yeah.
He was on the hot seat. Pretty sure he won't be anymore.
Not anymore. We're about to take him back to the Super Bowl again. Now, here's my thing right here. I'm going to break down these dynamics. Not only is that defense coming to play and barking like the dogs that came from Georgia down here in the South, right?
True.
Philadelphia Eagles is like the highlight reel. Everybody want to see what the Eagles do. All right, so you got Saquon, he back home. Come on, now you know he gonna ball out. Please. I'm really actually liking this team so much. From all the other teams that we've had in the past, even when we had great running backs from like Westbrook, and oh God, we hadn't had a plethora of running backs. Well, that's one thing the Eagles always say was running back.
Yeah, I mean
they always going out there getting the best thing on running backs. And that's true. That's self-evident. Even though they may have been veterans, sometimes in drafts, the whole 9 yards. That's how the way the Eagles are. They're more of a running team, considering that they fly, but they're more of a running team. But let's just break that down with what I just said, because if we can pull up a stat of how many 40-yard plus passes that
Jalen
Hurts is passing, that would just be like, are you for real? And he got 2 or 3, maybe, possibly, I say 2 great receivers that can go out there and catch some balls every damn time.
Yeah, he got 2 Pro Bowlers at receiver.
Jalen Hurts is a monster. I want to guarantee it's up there. If you look at the echelon for how many times he done dropped back and threw a fucking 40-yard pass, it might have been more than Michael Vick had when he was the quarterback for the Eagles.
Oh, Jalen Hurts is, whew, I don't know. I don't want to know if he said better than the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, but he's better than the total. I mean, he's better than the Eagles, Mike Vick. I don't know. But he probably is, though. He already been to a Super Bowl, which Michael Vick didn't do. And he's doing it more consistent. How Michael Vick was good for what, 2 years?
Yes, but he ain't had and Michael Vick, all he had was what, oh my God, what's the old little boy name?
Yeah, Westbrook.
No, not Westbrook.
No,
that's the running back. Wide receiver.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the fast one, number 10. Hey, what was his last name? Deshaun Jackson.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Them boys right there connected.
True.
But if you look at that season, right, those seasons that them two was together, then put together, You might want to say, I might want to retract that because I don't mean that I've had a lot of that, but it wasn't consistency like the way Jalen Hurts has done it.
Right.
And I will be honest. Not to mention, neither one of those two quarterbacks would run like a fucking running back. I mean, come on now. The highlight reels, we didn't see Jalen Hurts truck a damn motherfucker for a damn touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just see Saquon Barkley hurdle and oh my god, that was just epic. That right there that took off the Odell Beckham's
it probably for sure. For sure.
That shit gone like this. Nah. Yeah. The Eagles look for real. Them Eagles look for real.
Yeah, the Eagles.
It's making me more hyped to the way we're talking about it because when we were just talking about the Steelers, you said earlier about, do you think it'll be a Steelers-Eagles Super Bowl?
It could be. I knew I was going to throw that in your head tonight. I already knew I was going to throw that in your head tonight.
Production out of the offense. I want to see a little bit more production out of the offense for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And I'm saying
Pittsburgh got a lot to work on.
In the running game with Jalen Warren and
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. I see that combination getting good.
Yeah, they're getting better.
However, y'all need one other receiver to step up to go along with Pickens and y'all tight end, which I wish I'd go to them more.
Yeah.
For Ruth. But man, if y'all was to do that, if they was to start showing that, oh my God, yeah, then we'd be sitting here having this conversation 2 weeks from now saying, okay, the Steelers is done what you just said with.
Mm-hmm.
So, going back to this Eagles game, man, going back to the Eagles, you talking about the Eagles. You talking about the Eagles?
Yeah, we still, yeah.
They for real.
Oh, they for real. For real.
Yeah, we doing.
If it wasn't for the Lions, man, we wouldn't even be worried right now.
At all.
So, since I just said that.
They got a two-headed monster. Ooh.
Yeah, since I just said that, we're going to go ahead and move on to them Kings of the Jungle. Them goddamn Lions.
Boy.
Ran up on some Jaguars. You already know who's going to win when it's a Lion versus a Jaguar. That Jaguar just need to run fast as he can. Jaguars sound real fast, so you better run from the goddamn Lions. And they didn't. And they got ate the fuck up. What was the score? 52 to Tecmo Bowl, nigga. That's what it was. God damn. The motherfucking Lions,
like
boy. The motherfucking Lions. We talk about all these other teams. And I saved these boys for a minute just because I knew we was going to jump back to reality when we talk about them Lions. Go ahead. It's on you, baby.
I'm gonna say it like this right here. You gotta take it to like this right here. I saw coming in this like what you just said. However, to a key point back, that Lions run in a pack. Jaguars do not.
Okay.
As long as they're separate, they're just like their brothers, the Black Panther.
Right.
However, the Black Panther is bigger than the Jaguar.
Right.
Both of them are fucking leopards, though. Anyway, Jaguar and the Lion are about the same size. The only thing that intimidates the damn Jaguar versus the Lion is that mane. And you just said it. The Kings of the Jungle, because that's their call. So we already knew that was going to be a blowout.
For sure.
If it was going to be a blowout, I couldn't even make up the score. When you talk about the Lions, about all of what we was just sitting here talking about with the Eagles' offense and how the way Jalen Hurts is and this and that, we've been talking about the MVP, number one for me right now in the category, if you want to talk about it. It's been incredible the whole entire season. But guess what? it's so easy.
It's so easy.
It was probably if you look at Jared Goff's stats, I guarantee it, you probably would not see a lot of 300-yard games. He probably had one this last game, but I don't think so.
Well, let's fact check. You didn't hold up. Well,
Please
he
do
threw
that.
for 412 last week. So
Okay.
that's one, but let's say them all. Said not a lot of 300-yard games, right? Not a lot of 300-yard games. All right. I mean, I get where you're going with that, and you're probably right, and it's looking like you're right, man. Yeah, last week versus the Texans, 240. Then the week before that, Packers, 145. Titans, 85. Vikings, 280. Cowboys, 315. They just get murdered by everybody. Seahawks, 292. Cardinals, 199. Buccaneers, 307. And Rams, 217. So you are exactly right. Not a lot of 300-yard games for Jared Goff, but very, very, we already know, very, very efficient. You got 82%, then 50%, 81, 80, 88, 72, 100. Woo, that nigga had 100 in completion percentage. 78, 61, 64, man. So that's going backwards, though, from the last game. You know, so basically, lately, he's been averaging about 80% a game. Because he had one game at 50%, but the other games around that is 82, 82, 81, 80, and 88. 72, then 100. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to get this man the MVP, for real, for real. I mean, there's some good yards to go with it, too. I mean, especially you have a 400-yard game. And everybody's stats probably look like that. For real, the whole season, I've been looking at that type thing you're talking about right there. And quarterbacks just ain't been throwing a lot of yards. Because I've been saying this for 3 years. The running game is coming back to the NFL. They keep calling it a passing league. And it is a passing league. But, man, the running game is coming back. Derrick Henry could have ran for 2,000. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And guess what? They're the best team in the league. They're the best team in the league.
Montgomery and
Gibbs. That's your man, Gibbs. I get all the credit to you. You the one that had trusted him first. Because you picked him up in fantasy when he was a rookie when nobody else was touching him, thinking he was just a small little scat back from, from Alabama. Because he got the ball maybe 5 times a game, but every time they gave him the ball, pew! And guess what? Lions doing the same damn thing.
Huh?
I said, guess what? The Lions is doing the same thing that Alabama did with him. They use a bruiser back and give him the ball sparingly. And then it looked like he'd been working out and all that good stuff because he got bigger. He got a lot bigger real quick, but he kept his speed. And Jahmyr Gibbs is a weapon, man. He's turning into the new Christian McCaffrey for real, for real.
Real for real. Come on now.
He really is. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about the running game in football. Derrick Henry could have ran for 2,000 yards this year. The running game is back. He ain't going to do it no more. But if they would have forced it, Derrick Henry could have ran for 2,000 yards, and they might have a better record. Some people think the Ravens pass too much. They talked about that for a week after they lost to Cleveland. What are you doing? You got Derrick Henry. He's standing on the sideline. It's not a passing league. It's not a passing league like everybody thinks it is. It's not. We had great passers in the league, so everybody thought it was a great passing league. We had the Drew Brees. We had the Peyton Manning and the Tom Brady era and the Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger. Them motherfuckers was sick. Now, we only got one of them. We got Patrick Mahomes. And that's why I keep winning.
Can I tell you? Let me tell you something that I just learned just in the last couple of seconds, y'all, was talking. And it just hit me because I was a fan of that team. Now, Carolina has always had, for the 2 times we went to the Super Bowl, right? We had a 2-headed monster at running back.
Yep.
The first time we went when it was Jake Delhomme, it was Jonathan Stewart and Deshaun Foster.
Yeah, that was my boy right there.
Right, your boy.
Yep.
And then the second time we went, we had oh my God, exactly what we're talking about right now with the Lions and what they got at that running game. We had D'Angelo Williams, who is your Jahmyr Gibbs, and we had Jonathan Stewart, who is your what's his name? Jonathan that's not Jonathan Montgomery.
No, it was Jonathan Stewart.
No. We had
David Montgomery. It's David.
I'm talking about
David.
They have Montgomery.
David Montgomery. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same type. Both of them, Stewart and Montgomery, are the same. Williams and Gibbs are the same.
I'm with you.
Then they got quarterback. Then they got wide receiver. Same thing with Carolina had. And then they got a tight end.
Because Jared Goff's like a Jake Delhomme style.
Yeah, he is, because he's not a runner.
Exactly. But he can move enough to move around the pocket, and he gonna just throw that motherfucker. He gonna sling that bitch. I'm not comparing Jake Delhomme to Jared Goff, but he's had his season though. He had a season like him.
Right.
Kind of like this, for real. Kind of like this. Very efficient. He had his number one receiver he could go to. Steve Smith was a lot like Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what I mean? Catch the little short passes and spin off a motherfucker and run dude over on the goal line and then fucking celebrate. I guarantee you, Steve Smith, Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of his idols is Steve Smith because he played like you. And he got him with Steve Smith. He can go deep if he wants to, but they just go intermediate across the middle, break tackles, and ball out because he's wide open because the running game's going crazy.
But see, it's the thing right there. Yeah, you're right about that plethora of the years of Jake Delhomme. But
just that's what I said. 1 year. Go ahead.
The tight end. Now look at the tight end play. You got Sam Laporta.
True.
And Greg Olsen.
True.
That's the Cam Newton year.
That too.
Yeah.
I didn't throw Cam Newton in there because I don't compare him to Jared Goff. That's all. I'm just making the similarities in the teams like you did with the running backs. You know what I mean?
That part.
Yeah.
You know what? Jake Delhomme.
He was okay. 1 year.
All right. You just go off the next one. I can't even get into that right there. I can't get into
that. He was nice that Super Bowl year. Yeah, we ain't got to get into that, but he was nice that Super Bowl year.
That year I'd never forget. So yeah, we can go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Because he put that Rodney Peete on the bench, and they just went off him ever since then.
Right. All right, we're gonna move it on, man. Look here, game I didn't really know about. I would have got wrong for sure because I probably would have picked the 49ers. 49ers was at home and lost to the Seahawks, man. Damn. What's wrong with the 49ers, bro?
Trap game.
I don't know. Their record wasn't shit. 49ers record ain't shit. There ain't no trap games.
I didn't see the game.
No, I didn't see the highlights.
But because I got Brock Purdy in my fantasy league, and they say he's questionable, I didn't even read what the stat says. You know what? As a matter of fact, I can do that right now. But no, they say he's questionable, so it doesn't look like he really had a good-ass game, to say the truth.
Nah.
I mean, it was kind of suspect because I lost because I started him, and that what made it even worse. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the 49ers besides for the fact that they have brought back the hindrance that probably might just kill them, and that would be Christian McCaffrey.
Why you say that? Because he had a decent game.
And the reason why I say that is because of what we was talking about a couple of weeks ago, that this right here could just be very well his last season playing. If what them doctors are saying that dude could be paralyzed if he takes one more of the wrong hit. Yeah.
So you think Christian McCaffrey is you think Christian McCaffrey is hindering the 49ers right now?
He could very well possibly be.
And why is that,
trying to feed him the ball. He's doing good, like you said, but I can see this man out here being more safe. He's not like the way he was when he was in Carolina. That's the reason why Carolina got rid of him. I've been saying this for years. That little white boy here tear his damn body up. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? But no, he's going to tear his little body up. And he's going to have, a great career. You know what I'm saying? The whole total 9 yards and the package and everything. But no.
What that got to do with what's wrong with Carolina? I mean, San Francisco, my bad.
Right now, it's not the quarterback. They run into a trap game against a rival team right up state and right up,
the coast,
2 states up.
Coast.
But no, right, same coast. But still, how? Ooh. That's the Seattle. That's the Seahawks, man. They just be attacking, man.
Yeah, the Seahawks got DK Metcalf back, and I think that was a big difference. And the defense played well enough to beat them boys, man.
Yeah.
I'll
be honest with you like this. I honestly have to say like this. Had they not had Christian McCaffrey in that game, they most likely would have won.
And there's a couple players that I think are really good. There's a couple running backs that are really, really, really good that Christian McCaffrey kind of pushed out the way. There was a rookie, Isaiah Garrado or whatever like that, man. He was getting busy. And now that Christian McCaffrey comes back, he's not playing anymore. You know what I mean? Not that Christian McCaffrey didn't have the numbers, though, because Christian McCaffrey was doing his thing. I mean, I seen the highlights of the game. Christian McCaffrey was doing his thing, and he looked like Christian McCaffrey to me. I seen him get tackled a couple times, was worried about him, but he looked all right to me. So he's not the one that had a bad game. Brock Purdy didn't do much, had 159 yards passing. That's subpar. And threw an interception. So, to me, 49ers just ain't consistent, man. 49ers they had some injuries, and they looked like they was coming back from the injuries, and it looks like Brock Purdy just need all his weapons to do what he got to do. Since Brandon Ayuk is out, he's really not leveling up like a Josh Allen did on against the Chiefs. Because Josh Allen had 2 of his top weapons out. He had Keon Coleman out, and he had Dalton Kincaid out. And he had Amari Cooper coming off of a bad wrist, and still went out there and beat that Chiefs. And still went out there and beat that Chiefs defense. Okay, Brock Purdy. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Brock Purdy sitting here with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels, and the rest of the crew, George Kittle, and all of that, and doesn't get the job done against the Seahawks, man. He really doesn't.
They got too much. That everybody want to eat. They got too much, and everybody want to eat. They got too much.
Yeah.
I mean, bringing back Christian McCaffrey, you take away from George Kittle and his catches or reception, and you only get 4 plays, and if you ain't driving, shit, you ain't doing shit. So, Seattle's defense is not suspect.
It's not the worst defense in the league.
It's not the worst.
And it's a division opponent, though. A division opponent.
Yes. So, with that said in mind, the San Francisco got too much. That's just too much. I mean, if I was a quarterback, like, I want the ball. They'd be in a huddle. I want the ball, man. I'm going to do a split. All right, I'm good. Let's do an end around. All right, you got everybody. You confuse them. There's no... If they can get back to what they had a couple of years ago. Now, where the hell is Brandon Ayuk? Is he out
He's
for
hurt.
the season?
Yeah, he's out for the season. He tore his knee up or something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They still got a lot of weapons, though.
They got a lot of weapons. And the guys...
They should be better than 5-5, man. They should be better than 5. Than 5-5.
But they got... The 49ers got a lot of... They got some work that's inside that locker room that they got to fix.
Yeah.
And that's dealing with relationships outside of work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hatred going on right now. So you got defensive players, acting out against offensive players and other defensive players, and then you got offensive players that's acting out, in their own little manner and stuff. There's a lot of turmoil going on in that organization.
Right.
And you got to do something to fix that. And so the comments on this sports talk show right here, we ain't going there with the stuff that they've been talking about.
No
So
doubt.
that's probably the reasons why the 49ers lost to the Seahawks, because I don't think anybody's minds was actually really even freaking focused.
Yeah, it's hard to stay focused for a long time. They've been a team that's been on top for a while. And it feels good to relax sometimes. And then you don't always want to relax, but sometimes you're just sleepy, man. And the 49ers just look like they sleepwalking through this season to me. We all know they should be a better team than that, but they ain't. They 5-5, and it is what it is. It is what it
And
is.
at the bottom,
The bottom of their division.
Come on, they just lost the Super Bowl and they was all healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, they was up winning. Come on now.
Yeah.
They make that up.
All right, man, we're going to bust it out with the Sunday night game last week, man. The Bengals lost to the Chargers. Chargers was at home. And Bengals went out to L.A. and played a game that they should have won, you ask me. I'm watching the game, and at the end of the game, the Bengals had the ball twice with a chance to go up by a field goal or kick a field goal to go up, and blew it. Kept giving the ball back to the Chargers. But definitely the Chargers got up early, and the Bengals came back. So the Chargers had no momentum at all. But all of a sudden, the Chargers defense stepped up at the end of the game. So, hey, shout out to the Chargers, man. The Chargers is 7-4, I think. Yeah, 7-3. And what did my people say on the phone the other day, man? He said the Chargers, they to be dealt with.
Yeah, right.
He thinks they're going to be fucking with the Chiefs in a minute, and they ain't that far behind the Chiefs. They ain't that far behind the Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs can lose to a lot of teams, man. I just think once this little thing is cracked right here, they're going to lose a few. I don't know the who, but I just got that vibe about the Chiefs. All right.
Sorry about that.
Moving on real quick, man. I want to check out some stats here real quick. Like to go over the stats and see who's the man right now at the end of the week. So check out some offensive leaders and then some defensive leaders, man. Hey, look, the top 5 passers right now. Number 1 sitting with 3,028 yards is Joe Burrow. Number 2, Lamar Jackson, baby. 2,876 yards. That's nice, man. For Lamar Jackson to be sitting at the top of passing yards, I like that. Because a lot of people told that man he couldn't pass the ball. Now he's sitting at the top of the league. All right.
A little bit.
After a bad game, honestly.
Right.
Still sitting up at the top. Anyway, Kirk Cousins sitting there with 2,807 yards in 3rd place. Geno Smith in 4th place. He's been in the top 5 all year, 2,781 yards. And a new guy in the top 5 in passing is C.J. Stroud, man, with 2,628 yards. He's had two good games just this past couple weeks. So C.J. Stroud creeps up into that. All right, rushing, man. Derrick Henry with 1,185 yards, still sitting in 1st place. But Saquon Barkley on his heels with 1,137 yards. That's about a 50-yard difference or something like that. Something close to 50.
Yep.
All right, so
you're right.
Number 3, you got Josh Jacobs for the Green Bay Packers, another good team, 838 yards. Your boy sitting in 4th place, even after a bye, Chuba Hubbard with 818 yards. And a new guy up here, number 5, is Jahmyr Gibbs with 796 yards. I know he got way less carries than a lot of them dudes, too. Anyway, receiving here, we got Jamar Chase sitting at 1,056 yards. And number 2, Justin Jefferson with 912 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 774. We got a new guy up in here, George Pickens, sitting at number 4 with 728. And Zay Flowers at 5 with 727. That's 1 yard difference between George Pickens and Zay Flowers. All right. Defense. Okay, lead tackler Roquan Smith. Number 2, Zaire Franklin. Number 3, Logan Wilson. Number 4, Jamon Sherwood. He's been up here all year. We got to start paying attention to him, man. Jermaine Sherwood. I think that's how you say it. Number 5, Zach Vaughn from Philadelphia, linebacker. All right. In the sack category, still Trey Hendrickson sitting at the top with 11.5. He's been sitting there for a while. Dexter Lawrence from the Giants at number 2 with 9. Nick Benito from Denver sitting at number 2 also with 9. Dante Fowler Jr. for Washington with 8.5. And Andrew Van Ginkel from Minnesota with 8 sacks. And my boy TJ Watt ain't been up in here all year. Still playing the best defense, though. All right, interceptions. Kirby Joseph got 7. Xavier McKinney from Green Bay got 6. Marlon Humphrey got 5. Byron Murphy Jr. from Minnesota got 4. And Jalen McCullough from Los Angeles Rams has 4. All right? So that's the stats, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep.
After looking at that, man, look, we're going to go ahead and bust it. The reason I want us to look at that, too, because I want your top 5 in MVP, man, starting at number 5.
For what position?
Top 5 MVP.
Oh, okay. All right.
I already know who number 1 is, but start at 5.
Okay. So, if I was to correctly say it like this, I would honestly break it down and say that Saquon Barkley would be at number 5.
Okay.
For the explosive plays, him returning home, and I can't make that up. You know, they really never say a running back.
Yeah.
A running back really becomes an MVP.
But this is our list. This is our list, though. This is our list. He could be an MVP on the underground. This is the underground top 5. Fuck it.
Right. That part.
True.
So, at one point, Derrick Henry was back there at number 4, but if you flip behind Saquon Barkley, now he should be on my list at number 7.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to go out there and say a quarterback or a wide receiver or any other plethora of a player, I would probably go out there and say who I think is looking like he's the rookie of the year. You can put him in there in the MVP slot at number 4.
Bo Nix?
That's saying a whole hell of a lot. Yes, sir.
Bo Nix is your number 4?
Yes, sir. I can say that's for saying a whole hell of a lot. He's just having a phenomenal season. I mean, let me finish through my top 5 for MVP. We go and look up this man's stats. And continue to go on. I said he's been playing phenomenal, and he's been playing crazy, like totally off the chain. And that'd be Jalen Hurts to be at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I already told you my top 2, and that would be, man, it's a hard decision between, no, I haven't told you. It's a hard decision right now between 2 players. And right now, I have to say Josh Allen will be number 2 and number 1. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put Mahomes in the top 5 at all because he ain't doing shit.
No.
I mean, really more defense is doing a whole hell of a lot.
Ain't no reason to talk about Patrick Mahomes in the top 5 right now.
Huh?
No reason to talk about Patrick Mahomes in the top 5 right now.
At all. Right.
Yeah.
I cannot see that at all. I mean, you got Jordan Love, you probably put him up there, but they ain't going to put Patrick Mahomes.
No doubt.
I'm being honest. And I had this player on fantasy, and he has not hit his projection at all. Not one time. Well, yeah, he has. I did it back. He has.
All right. And so, I'm going to pick my 5, man. My 5, I'm going with Jamar Chase is my number 5. I still think the Bengals is a good enough team for somebody to be. He ain't going to win the MVP, but I give him number 5 in the race for MVP right now. He's playing an outstanding season. Probably definitely the best receiver in the league right now. I think when you just come out there with pure dominance and consistency every game, Justin Jefferson is pretty close, but he ain't doing it like Jamar Chase is right now, man. Plus, Justin Jefferson's on a better team. Anyway, that's my number 5. My number 4, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is my number 4 right now. My number 3 is going to be his buddy, partner in crime, Saquon Barkley. And this was a doozy because I'm going to be leaving somebody out, man. And it's probably going to have to be Lamar Jackson, man. I got to leave Lamar Jackson out and go with this pretty much what you ran with the Bills, Josh Allen, and Jared Goff at my top. Yep. And Lamar Jackson, just that quick against the Steelers, slid all the way out of my MVP. I just don't like it, man. When you can see that a guy can't beat a certain team that he got to beat, plus he got 4 losses now. He done lost to the Browns. I mean, he was definitely in it 4 weeks ago, but right now, hey, it is what it is to me, man. I would give it to Saquon Barkley before I gave it to Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. I just would.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
I just would. Jalen Hurts, too.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked better to me. It just
That
looked
part.
better. And I had to throw my boy Jamar Chase up in there. He's just balling. Just straight balling.
Yo, I forgot about him, yo.
Yeah.
And you absolutely right. I didn't even include him on my list at all, bro.
Yeah, he's balling.
So,
I guarantee he's probably going to have about 1,500 this year, if not more than that.
and he's the one making Joe Burrow look good.
Yeah, well,
So,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Definitely have to. That's a no-brainer. You would definitely have to say, yeah, you need to go ahead and get that shit like Jamar Chase because he's making his quarterback look good.
Right.
Making his quarterback go out and throw for all these damn fucking yards.
Right. And then look at it. Look at the stats, man. Everybody, like I was talking about earlier, everybody say, "Oh, it's a passing league. It's a passing league." Well, Jamar Chase got at the leading receiver got 1,056 yards. Right. We got 2 running backs that got more than that. Derrick Henry got 1,185, and Saquon got 1,137. You know what I'm saying? Both of them is beating the highest receiver. So the running game is back. There's no way around it. I predicted that at least 5 years ago, saying that running's coming back to football because everybody's building their defense to stop the run. I mean the pass. All you got to do is turn around and run it.
Right.
And it's been working.
Jamar Chase has always been like.
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't he a former rookie of the year? Was?
Yeah.
Any consideration?
Probably was. He probably was. He was definitely a high draft pick. I don't know. I can't remember if he was number 1 or not. I don't know what pick Cincinnati had that year. I'm not sure.
No, I'm talking about.
I'm not sure. I know what you're saying. That's already said. I ain't sure about that. I just know he was a high draft pick. That's all I remember about his rookie year. But all right. So next move is we done went over games, teams, all that. Give me your top 5 power ranking. You can go either way you want to go on this one. 1 through 5 or 5 through 1. I'll follow you though.
I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5 and 1.
All right. That's the hard way.
All right. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm saying like we've been saying all night long. Boy, them Steelers.
Okay.
And that Blitzburg defense.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it correctly. Right there, number 5. Power rank. That's only because of the record. That's only because of the record. But I think they're better than what they really are. And it's like what I explained earlier. One more player. That's all we need. That's all y'all need. One more player.
True.
I'm gonna go next off and say the Kansas City Chiefs at number 4. Because the Kansas City Chiefs feel like what I said earlier tonight, that they're playing suspect football. And it's like, okay, Patrick Mahomes is really the team, I mean, they don't really have a running game. I mean, Kareem Hunt is starting to show up, but yeah, that part.
Right.
None of the wide receivers can get open. And when they do get open, that's because Patrick Mahomes didn't have to do a whole lot of running the damn hell of a round.
Mm-hmm.
So, they run number 4 pick. And that's considering they got Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
That number 3. Kills me to say this, but man, this is power ranking right here. Whew. They'll have to be the Buffalo Bills. I'd say the Buffalo Bills is number 3, and it's because of all what I said earlier tonight. And that it's not really, we already discussed that, so yeah, the Bills number 3. Now, number 2. I'm about to say the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia Eagles is number 2. All of what we said earlier tonight.
True.
And then you already know what my number 1 pick is. Power ranking wise, they still find ways to just demolish teams. Just like what we explained tonight.
Yeah.
That's the jungle, Mufasa.
True story. Yeah, man, it really, I gotta totally agree with your order. Totally agree. Steelers is 5. Chiefs still better than Steelers. I think the Chiefs is still a good team. They just finally lost to a team that was real good. They were still beating everybody else. Even though they almost lost to the Broncos the week before that. Okay, those things happen. But it still took the Bills to take the Chiefs down for the first time. Chiefs will be back.
Right.
Their inspiration is to win 3 Super Bowls. They could care less about being undefeated. You just pissed them off probably right now.
Right, that part.
You know what I mean? So definitely, and really the reason the Steelers would be better than the Chiefs if Russell Wilson was playing better. Not a knock on Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson still got this team where we couldn't have got without him.
Right.
He's controlling the ball. He's still scoring some touchdowns. Last game just wasn't one of the games, but he hasn't been a Pro Bowl player, nothing or like that yet. But we're waiting for that because he looked like he can do it. You know what I mean? So still, the Steelers, like you said earlier, got a lot to work on defense. I mean, on offense still, but that defense is just holding them down. So that's what got them at 5 for me. Then, like I said, the Chiefs. That's why the Chiefs is really above the Steelers. It's the Steelers that's making the Chiefs above them. It's not the Chiefs being better than the Steelers. All right. And number 3, I gotta agree. It's the Bills, man. The Bills are injury. Now I'm gonna say, injury prone right now. I mean, everybody's just been hurt here and there. I mean, even the guy that played had a bad wrist. Keon Coleman's been out. Don Kincaid's out. Shakir's already been out with a bad ankle. So those type of things linger. So I would say if the Eagles play the Bills right now, I like the Eagles. So that's why I got the Bills, then the Eagles, and of course the Lions, man, the Tecmo Bowl Lions. What you gonna do? That's obvious.
Yeah, I know.
Tecmo Bowl Lions,
bro.
Mm-hmm. Spanking people.
Definitely.
For sure. Yeah, man. Well.
What you got to mix?
Huh? Ain't nothing to it, man. That's it, man. We going. That's really it, bro. We I'm sure we well past our normal time zone. You know what I mean? So it's all good though.
Yes, indeed it is.
Because you know what it is. You know how we do it. It's the underground. Next time, call in 412-407-2744. We be live, man. If you don't catch us live, you can always watch the video, man. Like the videos. It'll help more people see the video so we can get more of a national show. You know what I mean? Because that's what we want this to be. Hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we don't nobody break it down like us. So it's the underground, man. You get up on here and break it down like you break it down. You know what I mean? Underground sports show, baby. You know what I'm saying? We out of here.
Alright.
All right.
To a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it. Fourth down, couldn't reach it. Man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music. Flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the boss. Turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done.
To a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
He ain't like that though. You wouldn't think he made that much money off his personality.